currently being made public. Patreon is entirely optional for all of you if you want to check in on that after show. You don't need to donate money every month. However, it does help us pay the bills, so it's always encouraged. But the easiest way to ask us those questions is if you join us on our Discord. The link can be found in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. Find yourself in our questions for the courts chat, and you can ask a question to either myself or any of these other fine folk, and we will do our best to respond in time. And then, of course, that after show is uploaded first thing tomorrow morning when the rest of our show goes live. But let's say you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, well, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Normally, I would say that you could go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up some merch. However, for the foreseeable future, all the merch sales that we get are actually going to be going towards Doctors Without Borders. Originally, it was just mask sales, but now we got t-shirts, mugs, posters, crop tops, aprons, shower curtains, and more, including our Tia masks. That's right, we have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201, where, again, all of the proceeds of our merch is currently going towards Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, RJ, who are you playing today?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and today I'm playing Caelum, the Shatterkai Wizard. Both of us go by he, him.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. I'm going to be playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian Fighter. We both go by she, her.
Oi, I'm Cyber. I go by he or whatever pronouns. I'm playing Arjhan. Arjhan is a draconian. I didn't come up with a thing for this week. He's a problem.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener, she, her. I'm playing as Cori, the Elegant Paladin, she, they, and he.
Ah, I thought there was more. I don't know why. It's been a day. Hello, everybody. I am the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, last we left off, you had all boarded upon a nameless vessel that you rightfully named the Redemption, got a flag that had three small ducklings on it and one big duck, a little bit of blood splatter on it, tied it to the mast, and then with the help of Oliviette aboard the Moonrunner, the lot of you sailed toward the island town of Paradise. It was at this point upon your arrival that you tracked down a rather pesky, rather slippery individual, once named Parnell, once named Peter, now named Perry, and through a series of interactions with the locals, you were able to again track Perry down to his house. It was at that point, upon knocking, that you heard the shattering of glass as Perry tried to jump out the window and get the hell away from you guys, but the last time Perry met you all, you guys were like level 4. That was 14 levels ago, and some shit has changed. Specifically, the ability to catch a Weasley motherfucker. At that point, upon catching him, Gwen, you managed to give him the piece of paper that you had been given by Lady Rasinka, an Arcanoloth based out of the city of Sigil, who, upon receiving this contract, you watched as Peter ended up, or Parnell, Perry, ended up getting grabbed by a shadowy fox-looking individual, shoved through a portal, and you were told thank you from this shadow. Speaking of shadows, there was a shadowy figure atop of Perry's house that seemed to be interested in the lot of you. And when I say interested, 2 other individuals came out of the shadows, and it looked like there was an acknowledgement towards your group, where you heard in common, "Kill the rest, but keep this one alive." It was at that point that, again, they think they have it so easily, and the DM definitely had a deadly encounter prepared that lasted all of less than 6 seconds, but you were able to successfully defeat this group of ne'er-do-wells, turning one tiefling monk named Harm into a statue with the help of a reverse gravity, tossing them up in the air. 2 of the other individuals decided to beat feet and get the hell out of there. One of them rounding a corner, disappearing, which as I explained in our spoilers chat on the Discord, because I forgot to mention it in Nights in the Courtyard, they had actually cast a banishment spell on themselves for their full round of 10 minutes, popped back thinking that they had time to get away. Cori had been summoning a mount in that 10 minutes and decided to just chase him down as soon as they were within chasing distance, much to their chagrin. It was at that point that they offed themselves, saying that crows fly free, while Arjhan, you and Gwen decided to take to the sky with the help of Nyx, your new obsidian statue dog, to track down the remaining individual who had tried to escape. At the end of last session, Cori, you, Caelum, and... was the statue shattered? Was it still together? You lowered it down gently?
Reverse gravity doesn't say I lower it down gently.
I figured as such.
He would have tried.
Roll a D100 for me.
30.
A 30? Okay. 30% of this statue has kind of like broken off and shattered in places. But all things considered, still whole. It's just that, like, you know, tiefling, there's horns and he was wearing a mask and all of this other thing. Like the accoutrement that was made of stone is sort of snapped and broken away. But for the whole, the statue is there. Cori, you managed to take a piece of paper as well as what looks like a signet ring of sorts from the storm crow that you had chased down. Meanwhile, out in the forest on the outskirts of town, Gwen, you heard Arjhan mention that the two of you were going to be setting up a trap and he was going to need a little bit of assistance. At that point, he turned a mirror facing forward, and a fucking dragon came out. Not just any dragon, Arjhan. But a different Arjhan. And as they waved at you, that was where we ended last week's session. So, let's pick up right then and there. So, Gwen, there is this large-sized black dragon who looks like it's at the about 80% opacity slider. Like, they're sort of see-through, but all things considered, it's still a large dragon that is looking at you, but there's no malice there. There's no anger. In fact, it looks pleased to be here, especially with the understanding that you all were going to be laying a trap for an individual that you could feel not... how much was locate object? It's up to 1,000 feet?
Mm.
We'll say that they are... I don't know if I mentioned or gave a number last week, but we will say that they are roughly like 450 feet away from where you are.
I have a question. What? Why? Who?
Spectral dragon like turns around when you say what, like, is there something on my face?
Why does he sound and look like you, but like dragon?
Because he is me.
Nods.
That is Arjhan,
Hello.
the Blood Lord of the Ashen After, but that is Arjhan.
Hi. Do you have a different Gwen that you hang out with?
This Arjhan squints. Just, hangout would be a strong term.
Is
You're not really... I don't have any servants that look like you.
Well,
There are no
that's a
followers
plus.
who look like you. There was a rather rowdy individual in Greenreach. It's like riding on a lot of dogs and caused quite a bit of chaos up there, but we don't exactly like play cards.
Right. Okay, of course. They're good, right?
The Blood Lord has had a very different upbringing than I
I
did.
see that. I can see that. Is
But
what I can see.
I've been talking to myself
Yes.
to hopefully be able to better handle the multiverse level crisis that we are trying to deal with.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna roll with it and trust you on this one. So just let me know what I need to do. Don't eat me, okay? I don't want to have to like split you in half.
I mean, I wasn't planning on it.
Solid.
So
Ambush.
450 feet that way, there is an individual who has attacked my group. So specifically targeting me. I would like very much to know what they know.
All right, so keep them alive.
Yes. Gwen and I can approach directly. If you wouldn't mind just hanging out, maybe circling around, being able to flank them, just in case they run or do anything hasty.
The dragon nods. And you see, like their stance was a little bit more forward, but they sort of like spread their arms and leggies out to get a little bit closer to the ground, bring their wings in, tail gets lower to the ground as well, and then you just see them like kind of like almost snake towards you. And just, do you know where they are? Said that way.
400 feet that way.
And they turn, and then you just see them sort of like move into the woods, and it is unnerving seeing a creature this large make that little noise.
I didn't know you could do that.
It's a new development.
Solid. As long as you think they're chill.
I don't need them to be chill. I just need them on my side. And he'll start stalking in that direction.
Okay. So yeah, thankfully you have a magic
sneaking,
homing beacon. So
sneaking, if possible.
Yeah. Roll a stealth check. And then Gwen, are you also sneaking? If so, I will need a stealth check.
I am in handhold you, right? You're flying. Or are we walking?
I feel like for the last 400 feet, he would want to walk, just so if he needs to do anything suddenly, he doesn't have to worry about dropping Gwen.
Right. Okay.
But if you wanted to backpack, that would be a different story.
That's an 8.
Okay, so Gwen, you got an 8.
That's fine. 26.
26, yeah. Arjhan, moving this terrain, no problem. In a way, this is the kind of terrain that you would almost prefer to be stealthing around in. Like, it's a little warm, the plants are lush, there's already a lot of, like, there's ocean sound in the background, there's a lot of shit happening, so, like, hearing you sort of, like, go through the woods, not too difficult. Gwen, the bugs are fucking massive, like, the plants are massive, everything is just sort of getting in your way, and I imagine it's, like, like you're just, like, trying to get through, or you bring out the runt axe and just start, like, machete chopping your way forward. Thankfully.
Oh no, it's South Louisiana.
Yeah, a little bit. And as you get close, Arjhan, you are maybe about 60 feet away, and you feel with your magical connection your bead begin to move faster, and then is suddenly stopped. And you just hear a low, almost gator-like grumbling that seems to come from that direction.
Actually, I would lose the locate object once Arjhan was summoned.
Okay. Got you.
So I would have pointed it out right before I summoned Arjhan.
Gotcha. Okay.
The Blood Lord.
Yeah. Other Jean. Make a I mean, it's not hard to hear where he is, I would say. And yeah, you just hear you hear a little bit of cowering. Just what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God, what are you? And you hear your worst nightmare. And when you come, you see large hand pinning a dude to the ground as this spectral dragon claw is just like forcing down on the chest of this individual, big draconic smile. And there's a little bit of like acidic drool that seems to come from the mouth that then begins to sizzle next to the head of this individual.
That's fucking cool.
I would like to calmly come up and take the ring off.
Okay.
Gwen is trailing behind, but like I'm the muscle. But knowing very well she's not the intimidating one in this situation.
This is the one that you wanted, yes.
It is.
And Silas, who has been pinned and the ring removed from his hand, is just like, looks at that, looks at you, and is just like, you can see that like they like steel themselves for what they believe is going to be a rather painful experience.
Not what you expected.
Look, if we knew that we were going to run into you, we would have brought more men. And then
If you knew you were
Like, not
going
the
to
right
run
answer.
into me,
and then looks up at the dragon, and just, hell, Captain would have wanted to see, Captain would have wanted to see you himself, to be fair.
who is
Why
this
don't we start at the
captain?
beginning? Yeah.
He's the captain of the Black Sun. You made it all the way out here, and you haven't heard of the Storm Crows.
We're too good for traveling like that.
This is how I die, so be it.
Hey, look,
No.
you don't have to die. You really don't. Just talk to us. Yeah, it's either, I feel like in a situation like this, it's either by our hands or by your people's hands, but really, it doesn't have to be that way. I mean,
Captain
there's
wouldn't
other...
kill me.
Oh, no?
No.
That's a good captain.
No.
No?
Okay, I'm going to fill you in on something because I don't think I have a whole lot of wiggle room. And he says that, like,
Yeah.
trying to, like...
Oh, you certainly don't, but
And he feels, like, large draconic claws sink into his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
now, before I'm gonna let you finish, but before you fill us in, understand, we don't know who you are. You are irrelevant.
Good.
We have never had to deal with worms like you. But now you've become a thorn in our side. So tell us exactly what deigned you to stand in our way.
It's nothing personal. Really. It's not. It's money. That's all it comes down to.
That's usually what it is. Or power.
Good doctor said. Find the gray-skinned guy.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the 6 fingies and all that. Bring him in. So we were going to. There has been a long-standing order, though, that if we see any dragonkin with any abnormalities, wings, tail, whatever the fuck this is, I think you know exactly what the fuck I am. 3 times what our normal payout would be.
Ah. You're worth a lot, dude. Wait, what about the halfling? Am I worth anything?
The tiefling.
No, me. Me.
Oh.
I have no idea who the fuck you are.
Damn it. It's fine.
But then again, I'm just a worm. I'm just a worm on the ground, laying in the dirt.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of hot.
And like, Arjhan the dragon
Sorry.
like looks at you, and there's just this like, ugh.
Sorry.
Like he likes it when people grovel, and that's a little far.
Anyways.
So tell us about this good doctor.
What's there to say? He does all of his communication with the captain. I've never met him. I don't talk to him. All I know is that he's willing to pay good coin, and that's what I'm here for.
So if you were able to bring me in, where would you have brought me? Just to your captain?
Yes. I would take you to the captain, and then...
Where's your captain?
You know what?
If you play nice.
You're gonna kill me either way, aren't you?
No, if you play nice, we might help you get this reward yourself.
Yeah, we have a lot of money.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because you have a dragon with you.
Persuasion?
Yes. Or intimidation. Whichever suits your fancy.
14.
14. And he says, Captain doesn't leave the Black Sun. That's our ship. It's to the North Beach. We're not so big of fools that we're going to be hanging out in Paradise proper.
Smart.
If you want to talk to him, go to the Black Sun.
What's his name?
He smiles. Captain Karthus Admar.
How far is that away?
From where we are.
Mm-hmm.
If we're walking through the jungle, you're looking at least a half day.
On foot, right? Wings.
Do I look like I have wings and fly I don't know how
That's
that
fine.
would be.
That's fine.
And there's a snarl. Use your imagination. Claw sinks in a little bit and just okay. Depending on how fast you could fly. I mean, Harm was able to run by themselves. I would say a handful of hours.
That's not too bad.
All right.
Cool.
Is now. I'll make this a very, very simple thing. I'm not going to kill you. But you might want to convince the big guy of your usefulness very quickly.
And there is that draconic smile that creeps across the Bloodlord's face. Silas, stammering, gets a 10 on his persuasion. Gwen, you fought a couple dragons before. Have you ever gotten to just watch one of them eat?
Oh, boy. Well, the one ate Cori.
Have you ever been able to watch one eat and not feel like you yourself was threatened? It's feeding time at the zoo.
Oh boy. No. But probably as he is consuming this creature, Gwen feels like she might just a little bit of pee.
After the Bloodlord is finished consuming, and there is just like, it's like a quick chomp where the head is. There is no time for scream. There is no attempt at resignation. There is only chomp. And the top half, like shoulders up, is just gone.
Oh shit. Okay.
Head tilts back and just.
Oh. Okay. That was you good. Yep. Okay. So
You see that top half fall out of the top of the spirit dragon?
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's go back. Time out. I'm going to put a T card on this one. Let's go back to the friends and let them know what the hell is going on. Why do they want you? Why didn't we ask why they wanted you?
Because I think I know the answer.
Oh, was it because we tried to, and then they killed, and then
No.
No? Wasn't a daddy issue thing?
I'll talk about it with the group. Thank you, Arjhan.
You sure?
Of course. I'm a little disappointed.
Do you want to fight?
No. Damn it. If you want to, we can. But I wouldn't be at my best. I'm only disappointed. Normally, when I bite the heads off, I can feel it go down.
Yeah, you know what? No, yeah, that's fine. That's all that I need. Yeah.
I appreciate the assistance.
Thanks, Arjhan.
And I'll dismiss them.
You just watch the opacity slider continue sliding until gone.
Bye. Is this a thing we're going to keep between us, or is this something you're going to tell everyone about?
What's there to tell?
That you can summon different versions of yourself from other universes?
You have all watched me talk to different versions of myself through this, and he'll hold up the mirror.
Yeah, that's different than that.
How?
Because you physically brought them into this world. And he ate he ate half a person. Oh, sorry.
I imagine that came out more of a small gag than a burp.
No, it's the burp from you had the clamato, you had the yeah, like it's like that, like tomatoey, just like
Oh no,
God, grid.
grid.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
You
right
cannot
whenever you
have a
forget about
beheading and then say the word clamato. That's too much gross.
That's that.
It's right whenever you forget about the clamato that you're just viscerally reminded of it with a burp.
It's so unpleasant.
Yeah. And I guess we'll start walking back.
Okay. Do you want to check this guy at all?
What is left?
There's like his entire, like it was shoulders up that was gone. So like all of his things are still on him. You would find a very, very nice looking rapier, as well as 3 black pieces of paper and a pen that contains white ink. As well as a letter that is also a similar letter that Cori and Caelum will find. So the letter reads, "The son of Grast is long forgotten by his father. He is already in the ire of all those he's met, so surely no one will even notice he has gone missing. He shouldn't cause you too much problem, but if he does, break his body as you see fit. I only need his spirit.
Shit. Oh,
Dash
shit.
B.
no!
Wait, dash what?
Dash the letter B.
I was hoping it was a T.
Meanwhile, back in the main city, Cori, you have just gotten done reading the same letter as Caelum drops the statue of a tiefling wearing an Oni mask.
Oh, Cori had handed the letter to Caelum.
Caelum
that's
was
what
reading the
drops it.
letter and then
Yeah.
just like snap. Oh shit.
Oh, shit. He had 6 fingers and was gray. Why did we not think of this?
She's like, God damn it. Ooh. She's gonna like walk over to the statue and like start seeing like what sort of like state it's in.
30% of it has broken.
Well,
There
yeah,
are
but
chunks
like
that are
it's,
missing, like tail
it
chunks.
sure is.
There's like
It
some
sure is
deep-
important, like what 30% it is, though, right?
Nah, I got it.
It is like top chunk of head is gone.
Mhm.
Like the upper right hand portion is gone where the mask was. A little bit of like the flowing back hair is gone. Tail snapped off. And they had their hands out like they were doing the like almost like a running man position, and just like from
Yeah.
the shoulder gone, one of the hands is gone.
She's gonna pick up like the head bit that had fallen off, and she's like, "Do you think he can live without this?"
Give me a second. Can I make a religion check on the word grass?
Yeah, religion, arcana. Either way's fine.
30.
30.
I'm starting off the night right with a natural 20.
Well, with a natural 20, you know, in the month that you've had to prepare for this goings-on, knowing that you would have to eventually come into contact with Orcus, you began to do a lot of research about demon lords. Specifically, one of the princes of the Abyss themselves, Grazd. Grazd being known for having 6 fingers on either hand. They are a lord of seduction, and as far as demon lords go, they can be pretty nasty. They are one of like the head honcho princes of the Abyss. As far as what layer of the Abyss, I would have to do a quick checky to find out exactly what layer that is.
How do you spell it?
3.
He's a lord of 3 of them.
He's a lord of 3. You spell his name GRAZ''ZT.
Oh
Yeah, I
God, he's
figured.
got an apostrophe.
Grazd.
Guys, he's
Graz-
how dare you do this to me?
Those
Adora?
digigrade leggies, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Love me some digigrade leggies.
That's
No wonder
what he's hoping for.
the Prince of Seduction.
Yeah.
Whack. This means literally nothing to Caelum, so he crumples it and with like a stationary firebolt in his hand burns the paper. But how long are Gwen and Arjhan gone for?
They'd be gone for about, I want to say, close to around 20 minutes.
Cool.
That's enough time for us to get up to some bullshit.
Because Caelum's gonna take 10 of those to pick up loose rocks, cobble, and like sand and stuff. And he does a fabrication ritual to turn them into raw materials. The other 10 minutes are going to be used using those raw materials to repair the statue with mendings.
Okay. And not with the pieces of the statue that were broken off.
I mean, they're around. I'm not going to go collect all of them.
I mean, there's probably bits that are missing, but Cori will help like gather up as many bits of the statue that we can find.
Okay. All right, so mending. Yeah, by the time Arjhan, you and Gwen arrive, and Cori, Caelum, I mean, Perry's house was right there, and you know no one's currently living in it. Just like,
Yeah.
Pop in there. And like when you go in, you can see that there's like a bag of almonds on the table. There's like some rotted fruit. It looks like some empty cans. Like it doesn't look like this place was well kept at all. A very scratchy bed that you see like small things like jumping in.
Ugh.
Maybe we'll do this outside. It's a lot more sanitary. Any Hoosers.
But yeah, that's when Gwen and Arjhan, the two of you, arrive.
So, like, there's the demon of pleasure. Isn't there a god of pleasure?
Is Leviatar a thing here?
Leviatar is a thing. However, most, if not all, like gods of bodily enjoyments are followers of Soon.
You know, it's funny when we have to wait for this long and, you know, sort of have like a process leading up to the actual action of things. I start to question the ethics of certain things.
What are you guys doing?
Gwen drops
Hi.
whatever she's holding.
It's like
a
the
part of
arm.
the arm.
Like arm drops, breaks even more.
I believe you've broken an arm.
Oh, ooh, it's okay. I've got a spare.
You can see that.
Hey.
So, we found out some stuff. What have you found out?
Well, for one thing, these people seem to be willing to die to keep their secrets. The police force here is called Minnows, which is adorable, but like not very respectable, if I'm being honest. I was a
The
bit short with them.
Minnows?
Sorry for that.
Not very big fish.
Oh.
Small pond.
Anything else that we know, Caelum? Oh, what was in that letter?
Oh, so
Grozit.
Grozit.
What? Yeah. That person. Demon.
You know, if we're ever in the hells in those 3 circles that they rule, let's just not mention we know their offspring.
Do we know where they went?
Do you know where they went?
Probably
I didn't read the
Sigil.
letter.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, Gwen, it happened a while ago, almost 6 months ago, but you do remember at a point where Ms. Rasinka explained to you that this young man named Peter, later Parnell, later Perry, owed her quite a bit of money and then ran off to the material plane to try and get out of her debt. So she wanted you to give him a letter to remind him of this thing. Turns out that reminder was going to be a little bit more in person than she initially led on, but, you know, it's no hair off your back.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think probably Sigil sounds right.
All right.
Does Cori know who Grotst is?
Make a religion check.
I will
Or
do that.
Arcana, either way.
I honestly, it's probably the same. No, it's not. Religion. 18.
18. Demon Lord of Seduction. 3 layers of the Abyss under their belt. Apparently
I
a
see.
lot more things under their belt as well.
I
Hey.
see what you got there.
Whoa there.
Whoa, hey. Well, if we do ever find ourselves face to face with Grotst, we were only messengers in this situation, yeah? If he held
much.
us responsible for all of this, then that would quite literally be killing the messenger. In
But
very
he
poor
is a
taste.
demon. So I don't know if he cares.
Please. Demons don't have a reputation for being petty.
You're
no,
right.
mostly bloodthirsty.
I could deal with bloodthirsty.
It's, you know what? That's a later us problem. Right now, we got some pirates to deal with because apparently they're hunting Arjhan too.
Apparently, I am a mark worth 3 times the usual bounty, and their captain is on the Black Sun a bit north of here.
How far?
About a day on foot. Less than a day. Better part of a day.
Do we want to make some progress that way and then rest on the road, or? Because the sooner we nip this in the bud, the sooner we don't have pirates on our tail.
What is this pirate crew called again? It's Storm Crows?
They are the Storm Crows.
Storm Crows. All right. Well, any number of less Storm Crows on the sea is going to be a net good on the cosmic scale.
All right.
Should we continue what we're doing here? Gestures to the statue.
There's a
Mending,
statue that
mending,
has
mending,
like
mending.
raw material in the chunk that was missing by the head. Have you ever seen the guy who fixed the Jesus painting?
Oh,
It's kind of like that. In that, like, you used not the correct material, but it's there. It's not like,
You know what?
yeah.
Can we just take the head
What?
as a message?
Okay.
They've lost 3 of their members who are probably not going to be coming back tonight to report in. I think that's plenty of a message.
Oh, come on. I just want to, like, throw it on at their feet and be like, meh.
Caelum puts a hand on top of the head, rears back, and then nevermore's the body.
There is just powder and dust.
I'm getting a visceral image of like the vampires getting beheaded in like Twilight.
Yes.
He will
Okay.
walk past Gwen and just plop the head in her hands.
It's heavy. There's also, like, again, like, chunk missing that then got, like, put back on.
Ties a strap around the horn, and then wraps it so she's got it, like, piggybacked.
Fun fact about Caelum, he can nevermore at will now.
incredible. Just so you all know, ethically, I will not be bringing him back.
Perfect.
That's dark as fuck. So good.
I'm not.
Perfect. Great.
They'd have to be willing anyway.
Precisely. But, you know, that does call into question, would he even be aware that that is what he was going back to? So,
I think it's a little too late now. Just the leggies in the sand.
Did he? Well, I think he's dead now, but like, did he die or was he just petrified?
Oh, no, they
He
died.
and was
Okay.
petrified.
Okay.
well, see, these are the questions that I need to ask because you never know when I'm going to have to come across this situation. It's better to have an answer ready to go.
Right. Let's get going.
Yeah.
When is murder moral?
Tune in tonight at 5 to find out more.
When you kill
How-
him on the beat.
How can you justify this?
Poorly.
And Cori, it is around this time as you're all just like, yes, let us go. We have committed some murder, but like, it's okay. It's justified. You receive a message on your sending stone that says, Macales, we have secured rooms at the high tide. Would you like a room as well? Mine is always open.
Cori will respond, "We, Captain. Dealing with an issue. See you in a bit. Maybe tomorrow. Still deciding." End message.
Sounds good.
Should we rest up tonight? If we're going to
Right.
deal with an entire crew of storm crows? Crow storms.
We can rest on the way. Or we can make camp on the way. It's been a minute since we've done that.
Oh, sleeping on the ground.
I mean, would you rather sleep in? Gestures towards the rotten bed.
I
Cori-
was joking, but ugh.
Cori's going to whistle for Ampleforth and write a follow-up note to Oliviette explaining what had just happened. Hand it to Ampleforth and instruct him to go to Oliviette, deliver that note,
They will see themselves off.
and then return to me.
The horse equivalent of a thumbs up.
All right.
Or actually, you see their tail just like turn into a little hand that's a thumbs up.
Slips off a hoof like the deer fingers, thumbs up, puts it back on like a glove.
And away we go.
We go.
Okay.
We go. We go.
Yep. Arjhan, what's your survival skill?
9.
9? Yeah, I'd say like we will use passive survival to know which way is north. As you were told, it's along the northern shore, so as long as you keep along the northern coastline, you are more than able to continue on this way. It was already dark out, so you're able to get about another hour's worth of travel in before it becomes just dark and inconvenient to navigate. I believe that everyone here has night vision, as Gwen has goggles of night that make the bwee noise whenever she equips them. So if you'd like to maintain traveling through the night until you feel tired, you're more than welcome to as well. But at this point, as far as Gwen continuing by herself without the assistance of said goggles, it would be considered difficult to move.
There's a sickle slot.
We'll find a place.
Okay, yeah, make a survival check at this point.
11.
11? Okay, yeah, with an 11, this is as good a place as any. I mean, it's relatively clear. There doesn't seem to be any, like, active animal droppings. Aren't as many bugs.
So, just to confirm what we're going to do tomorrow, is it a talkie situation, or are we going in there blasting?
Keep talking, you have to use the bathroom. So sorry.
I am concerned about going in and just like demanding everything, because I mean, based off of what you told me, one of them saw that things were going bad and then unalived themselves, which means we may not get the information that we need.
Well, the
If-
good news... What?
If we were comfortable with it, I might be able to just find the captain and invisibly extract him.
I've got something for if they try to run. The shit on the ship, at least. Gwen, Cori,
Yeah.
thoughts?
How do we want to confront this crew? Also, how How do you all plan on getting there?
You're
Wait.
back.
I can carry myself and you, assuming that you have your axe stowed away because it is very heavy.
Ampleforth
Okay.
should catch up with us within the hour.
Yeah, because how long does your summon greater seed?
It's just here now.
Oh, like it doesn't like expire or anything? It doesn't have
Yeah,
like a
it goes
duration?
away when I dismiss it.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
It's like Find Familiar. It's just
Cool.
permanent.
Yeah, we'll say it
Semi-permanent.
around this time. Like, oh, Ampleforth should be here any minute. Just click, 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 click. And there's like a large mosquito that tries to land on it and just whoosh, tail snatches it out.
I can ride with Cori.
I mean, personally, like, pop in with a show of force so that they don't attack us immediately. Or,
If we pop in, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to try and attack us.
right, that's what I'm saying. So pop in with show of force to
Right.
make them
No, I
quiet.
believe that pirates usually meet a show of force with another show of force.
All right, well, that's fair.
They're going to broadside us.
Well, not if I hit them out of their effective range.
Describe your plan.
I can call down meteors from about 2 miles away,
You would just scuttle the ship.
more or less.
I'm here for it.
And
Well,
then what?
it
You
would-
mean to parley with the captain?
Oh, yeah. If Caelum rains down meteors on the ship, I can be in the water. I can make myself breathe underwater, and whenever the ship starts going down, I can turn invisible for 1 minute. Get on the ship, find the captain, and grab him and bring him to shore.
The only problem with this is what if they are actively capturing people?
There could very well be innocents on board.
Would you like me to perform some reconnaissance?
Caelum nods his
Oh.
head.
That's probably a good idea. Let's get some
Yeah,
intelligence
stealth
first
mission.
before we decide exactly what we do.
Okay. We can make our way there in the morning. We'll try and locate the ship, preferably from the trees, so that we don't expose ourselves. And I'll try to execute the plan then.
We'll fly in from the east, have the sun at our back. That way, anyone in the crow's nest will have a tougher time spotting us.
Sweet.
Okay.
I've got first watch.
Don't worry about it. Arjhan will take out a potion with a very, very thick black substance in it, pop it, and chuck it back. It actually comes in like this very tiny, like thin aluminum can. He just
Is it-
pops it
Does it have a
open.
mermaid logo on it?
Mhm.
Okay.
And he cocks back. Simon, I am taking a potion of watchful rest.
Dope.
Which just means I still have to take a long rest, but I can stay awake during it.
Yeah.
Light activities.
Sounds good.
Wait, where'd you find the doubles? I've been looking for those everywhere.
I think at my company. So instead of like the mermaid tail, it's just like 2 green dragons.
Hell yeah.
It's just like inverted.
Here for it. So yeah, Arjhan is on watch. The rest of you are going to be hitting some hay, getting some sleepies in. Sounds good?
Yep.
Yeah. Arjhan, make a perception check while you're on watch.
Does my
On watch.
does my superior dark vision do anything?
It allows you to see further.
17.
17. Thankfully, you don't see any like humanoids moving through the woods. You just kind of see like some animals that get close, sniff a little bit, and then continue on. Like at one point, you see like a big, like a jungle cat is nearby. Also does the thing where it kind of like looks at you, and you can sort of track it as it like circles around your camp a couple times, gets a good idea of what it would be dealing with, and then it leaves on its own. It seems like it's not worth the effort to try and take down all of you. And it's a cat, so it would, it's not really like a pack hunter. But yeah, your watch goes by uneventful. Great. So first thing in the morning, Arjhan, you have watched the sunrise. It's beautiful here. Like there is not a single place on this island where you think that there would be a bad sunrise. Like everywhere is gorgeous here. Caelum, Cori, Gwen, the three of you end up waking up. Ambleforth has like sidled up next to you, Cori. And is like using its body to be comfy and give warm. But yeah, you guys wake up without issue. All right, so.
I had the weirdest dream last night. It was about this dragon that came, but it was like you, Arjhan, but he was like pink, but like a lot bigger. And all you wanted to do was talk about like a tea party you wanted me to go to.
Why?
And I didn't want to go because like I had other things to do, but I was being polite and I decided to go anyways. And I had a terrible time because you like would not stop talking to me about like the type of tea it was. It was really weird. Sorry. Do we have coffee?
Arjhan would have brought some from home.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's you're making coffee on a campfire. It's not bad. It's not the best coffee that you've ever had by any means, but like it's coffee. It's black.
Arjhan's an alchemist. He's got
You bring out like the French press and all these other things.
Ye old Underdark press.
Yeah.
Underdark roast. Got it.
But yeah, so coffee is made. Everything seems good. Next up on the agenda, moving down the coastline until you end up seeing a ship that will be recognized, hopefully, as the Dark Sun.
Yep.
That's
what we're doing.
Okay.
About 3 miles off the coast.
Like enough within the tree line where anybody who's like monitoring the shore, which they would absolutely be doing, it would be difficult to notice us.
Yeah, make a survival check. And this is just going to be to kind of gauge how long it takes throughout the day.
Okay, hold on. Good to know. Blood die is a 4.
That's pretty good.
11.
An 11. It takes you the better part of a day while you're traveling. Like at one point there's like a split in the shoreline where there's a river that kind of runs down, and you have to figure out the best way to get across it. Thankfully, again, you have the flying greater steed Arjhan can carry, but it's still more of like trying to figure out like is this where it is? You also come to the realization that you don't know anything of this vessel other than it's a ship on the north side that is named the Black Sun. Thankfully, you have not seen many other ships that are parked along this northern shore. And getting close towards the... I want to say it's roughly around like 5-ish. Like it's like later in the day at this point because you're trudging through the underbrush. But by the time that you arrive, you come to like a more like jutting outcropping above the sea, and off in the distance, probably around, like, because the human eye can see things with relative clarity up to 2 miles away, you would be able to see, especially with elven eyes and halfling eyes and superior darkfish and dragon eyes.
I was motioning to my glasses about the whole seeing things clearly.
Gotcha. You would be able to see what looks like it's a 4-masted ship. It has like dark wood, with a like almost like red filigree to it. And it just seems to be anchored somewhat off the coast. Not so much, obviously, that it would beach itself, but still far enough out that it would take, you'd probably take a dinghy between being ashore and being out on the ship.
All right.
But it looks sinister, so you're guessing that this is the ship. Otherwise, you might make a grave miscalculation, but again, it's the only boat that's here, and it's roughly the distance that the dude who thought that he might have been able to live said that it was going to be.
Well, shall I?
Are you
One
going
moment.
alone?
No, he's not. Cori is going to summon her
Wow.
Will-o'-the-wisp.
Okay.
See what looks like a small fox made almost entirely of wisping flame. Just sit next to you.
You all do know that Arjhan can turn invisible, right?
Yes, and so can they.
Perfect. I will cast water breathing and go in the water.
Okay. Yeah, so going into the water. Do you have a swim speed?
It says 45 feet.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
You can swim faster than I can run.
Which is equivalent to my walking speed. So that might be a gloom. It might not be a separate swimming speed. It's just things that were affected by my gloom stalker bullshit.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, yeah, you managed to swim, and Arjhan, this little, like, fiery fox, is, like, followed along with you.
And I plan on going, like, along the bottom of the water until I get there.
Yeah, it will... You see it, like, get to the water, and it takes a few steps out onto the surface of the ocean. And then you just see as it sort of, like, fades, but with each small step, you can just see, like, the ittiest bitty ripple. Like, it's not like a significant one. It's being covered by the ocean, but it is enough that you are able to recognize that there is this creature that is with you. So how long does your water breathing spell last?
24 hours.
That's awesome. Sounds
and I
good.
do not need to concentrate on it.
Super sick. So yeah, you are able to make your way over to the ship. And coming up from the back, you see, like, there's no, like, obvious writing in the same way that you would expect. It just seems to be, like, this kind of more sinister vessel. from under the water. At least that is what you are able to see. Then kind of coming up for air in order to be able to get into said ship. Are you just like getting onto the deck and then doing some reconnaissance?
My plan was to, whenever I get under the boat, start like getting right under and going up the backside of the boat, up the boat butt.
The aft castle.
And then right before I break the surface, or right before I like come out from under, that's when I'll start with invisibility.
Okay.
Do I have invisibility separately? No. So I will do greater invisibility.
Okay.
Oof. I've got 3 of these and they last a minute each.
Oh boy.
All
right, so yeah, you get onto the deck of the ship, and once you are on the deck of the aft castle on this backside, you don't see anyone on the deck, but make a perception check for me.
Natty 1.
Natty 1?
For 10.
Oh.
It's bright out, like the sun is like shining like directly where
Can I
you
roll
are.
for my Will of the Wisp?
Yeah.
All right. It's a wisdom, yeah?
Yes.
That perception is?
Yes.
Just double checking that it doesn't have any proficiencies in that. No. That is a 4, so never mind.
Yep. I mean, the Will-O-Wisp was here to check out the ship. So yeah, the two of you, Will-O-Wisp, you like, we can't see it, but it looks very cute because it's almost doing like a little double jumpy to get up. Like every time it lands on a stead of air, it just continues to hop up. Until Arjhan, you are on the aft castle. And now it is time for reconnaissance. You don't see anybody here.
Okay. If I don't see anybody here, then I will cast Pass Without Trace.
Sounds good. All right, so yep, Pass Without Trace. You're good.
And then I guess I would, if our mission here is to do recon and make sure that there's like no prisoners or anything on here, I want to go below decks and investigate.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, there are 3 doors against the base of the aft castle. There's a larger, fancier looking door from your general idea of how ships work.
Noting that for later.
The captain's, yeah. And then there are the doors that then lead down to the lower deck. So going through those, doors open, no problem. Roll me a stealth check.
29.
Ah, so
I rolled
low.
a 2.
Oh my god!
Gloomstalkers.
Yeah, so with your 29 off of a 2, yeah, you like open the door, creep on in, close the door behind you, and you begin making your way down. And as you get to this sort of secondary, this mid-flight, there is another door. You go to turn it, the door is locked. It seems like whoever's room this is, they don't want anyone else to enter into said room. But then you see that there are stairs that continue down, going down to the next deck. The lower deck, normally the cargo hold. You can see that there are cages that are set up. And you see, inside of one of these cages, you see It is a bird, but it is not a bird in a traditional sense. If they were standing, this bird would be around 5 feet tall. They have a set of wings that are folded upon their back, as well as arms, that extend into almost like talon-like hands. Remembering what you had seen in the Feywild, you would recognize this as an Aarakocra. And this Aarakocra seems to be kneeling, hands on their knees in front of them, head down, as if they are in some sort of meditation or possibly dead. If they're breathing, it's not noticeable. And you can see that they are just in more of like, they have like a loincloth kind of thing. But they don't seem to pay any attention to you. They don't seem to notice you with a 29 in stealth.
Any insight by...
Well, they're inside of a cage. So you're guessing that they were probably they probably aren't the rest of the Stormcrows that you've seen. They're all well dressed. They have gear. They're free moving. One of the words that Cori may have filled you in on was the individual that she had captured said, all crows fly free. This does not seem like a member of the Stormcrows. This seems like a potential slave.
Okay. Locking mechanism, padlock, chain around the door, or like key thing.
It looks like a key-based lock. It looks complicated, though.
How heavy does the cage look? It looks pretty heavy, don't it?
Yes, it is built into the deck.
How loud is Patience?
Patience can be pretty loud. It's not like a kaboom kind of thing, but it doesn't necessarily have like a silence option to it. So if you fired it at something, there would be a concussive sound that follows.
How loud is my vomiting?
Well, you aren't a, whenever Arjhan has yacked before, he doesn't do, like, the head shaky dry heaves, as a certain other copper dragonborn may have. But it's still yarfing. So it's loud, but you could try and stifle it. Do you have vials of acid still?
Can you hawk an acid loogie?
Ew.
I'm going to take out my Dragon Tooth Dagger, which deals poison damage, acid damage. And I would like to use Gift of the Chromatic Dragon and infuse it with acid.
Okay.
If I hold that up to the lock, does it react in a favorable way?
To do this silently, roll sleight of hand.
Will-o'-the-wisp will assist.
16.
A 16. So
The other one was a 6 with a natural 1.
Oh, boy. Thanks, Fox Spirit. So yeah, you infuse this, and as you do, the Aarakocra that is in the cage, like, their head sort of picks up and they look in your direction, and you see like their feathers like puff a little bit, but when you put your finger to your lips, they like the feathers come down, there's still a little bit of like agitation, pensiveness, and they tilt their head and you see them mouth the word "why," which is difficult for a bird beak, but they managed to do it expertly.
And he will just shrug.
And
continue trying to corrode the lock.
okay. So, yeah, the corrosion, all things considered, with the lock takes, I want to say about 5 minutes. You are able to eventually get it, and as the, like, Aarakocra stands to its feet.
Are there any others?
It shakes its head no.
Come with me.
Nods. And as you open up this gate and the Aarakocra comes with you, you hear what sounds like chains. But these chains are connected to footsteps. And as you look at the end of the underside of this dock, or at the underside of this deck that you were on, you can see coming up from a stairwell at the end what looks like a entity, a almost humanoid in form, but their body is entirely covered in chains. And they look in your direction with these burning red eyes.
If I heard someone else coming, I would use another greater invisibility.
Okay. So yeah, greater invisibility, and like your new Aarakocra friend is invisible with you?
No.
Okay. So yeah, they like, again, figure maybe change.
I assume we haven't left the cage.
No. But they are at this, and the figure you see just slowly walks forward, comes up to the cage. That lock has been burned away. And
then if once it comes up to the cage, I will absolutely try and smite it.
Okay. So, as you go to smite, that is where we are going to go into our break for the evening. We're going to be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, free an Aarakocra from slavery. Whatever besuits your interest. We're going to try and be back soon. So, don't go no place. We'll see you all shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. And we're back. Hello.
Hey, Simon.
Sabah.
So a horse walks into a bar,
Okay.
and the bartender says, "I see you come in here a lot. I think you're an alcoholic." And the horse says, "I don't think I am." And then the horse disappears. You see, this was a play on the philosophical assertion, "I think, therefore I am." And I couldn't explain that to you before because that would be putting Descartes before the horse.
The slow burn. Wow.
Can somebody clip that for me? Like, I rarely want the after bits clipped. Like, someone do this for me. I want this. Thank you, LB. Somewhere, in a different timeline, Chidi Atagonye smiles for the first time. Fantastic. Love that. Oh my god. All right. So, y'all, we are in the belly of the black sun. There is a chain devil. Who with
Sorry.
Who with twin motes of red flame for eyes spies that damage has been done to the holding facility for your hopefully new Aarakocra friend. But right now they're an Aarakocra like business associate. Like, we'll see where that all ends up. However, as they went, as this chain devil then began to turn towards the Aarakocra, Arjhan, you said that you would like to do a heckin' smite?
I would. Absolutely.
Okay, what does that entail?
I mean, if the chain devil is surprised, then just going into initiative.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just wanted to make sure if it was like, oh, it's like a paladin style thing. I don't know. We've been playing this game for 18 levels.
No, I'm just shooting him in the back.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sounds good to me. So yeah, let's roll some initiative.
10.
A 10. Okay. Well, you are in luck. They got a 7, which means that you are going to be going before them.
Well, if he's surprised,
yes,
then I would just go anyway.
Should the Will-o'-the-Wisp also roll initiative?
Yeah, roll with the Will-o'-the-Wisp.
16.
Okay. In my tracking sheet.
Let's just call the Will-o'-the-Wisp Twig.
Oh, I was just gonna put it under yours.
I'm officially thinking of it as Twig now.
Okay. When it comes back, it will have little antlers on it, and we can just call it good.
Baby.
So you said it got a what?
16.
Okay. Okay, and this boyo has that for health. And there we go. My Excel sheet is all set up and ready to go. So at the top of the surprise round would be your the Will-o'-Wisp, but what can the Will-o'-Wisp do in this situation?
It is a familiar, which means that it cannot take attacks, but it can take other actions as normal.
Okay.
So, it's did Arjhan already go?
No, Arjhan goes after.
All right. Well, the Will-o'-the-Wisp is going to hold its turn, or hold its action rather, until after Arjhan takes his turn, and it's going to use its action to help him every round.
Sounds good. So Arjhan, you will be getting some help.
Okay. Now, the chain devil is surprised.
Yes.
I will be breaking. Well, actually, no, I will not be breaking invisibility because I cast greater invisibility. So it does not see me, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So I will have advantage on my attacks. First attack, 27 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I would very much like to mark this creature as my favorite foe.
For sure.
And have we decided if I can use my stronghold ability?
Yeah, you spend enough time resting at your stronghold.
Okay. I would very much like. Well, I'll roll for this one first. God damn it. Okay. 17 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like to invoke Chosen Enemy and give it vulnerability to my attacks. So it would have vulnerability to this damage roll.
Okay.
Second attack. Do I still get advantage because I'm still invisible?
It is aware of you, but because you are still invisible, it's also a surprise round. I'll say that you have advantage on this. You are also getting helped by Twig.
Not yet.
Not yet.
27.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 13 points of acid damage.
So 16 because it's vulnerable?
It's only vulnerable for the first.
Okay, gotcha.
And Gloomstalker attack. 31 to hit.
It's a little high, but yeah.
For... Do I get extra damage on this one, right?
A D8.
Another D8, okay. For 21 points of acid damage.
Oh my god, okay.
For my bonus action, I would like to cast Sanctuary on the Aarakocra and tell them to get the fuck out of here.
Yep. Sounds good. So they've been sanctuaried. Okay. So that is the end of the surprise round. Back at the top would be Twig. Twig uses their action to help and assist. So then, Arjhan, it is your turn.
I would like to shoot them.
Yeah, keep shooting.
I'm being helped and I'm invisible, so I assume I still get the advantage. 30.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 15 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Second attack, flat or still advantage?
This one would be flat.
Natty 20.
Let's go.
What level is my stronghold?
Oh no.
What levels are there? How many levels there is a stronghold?
1 through 5.
1 through 5. Your stronghold is a level 3 because they're still figuring out how to build walls and things. And also they just recently got a new name. So there's still developments happening.
Can I please invoke Chosen Enemy one more time?
Yeah, for sure.
For 20 points of acid damage that he will be vulnerable to.
So, Arjhan, I almost feel like a rolling initiative in all of this was frivolous. Because just bat, 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 bat. Like, what does it look like when, like, you turn invisible? This chain devil, like, walks up, like, I'm tough, I got hit points. There's no way that anything's gonna kill me in 12 seconds flat. And then it do.
See, you don't see anything. You just see flashes of green. Like, I feel like we get a view from, like, outside the cabin as the chain devil walks in. And then you see some flashes of green light echoing off. And then you see a very traumatized Aarakocra walk out. Just like being pushed along by like the little outline of Arjhan.
Yeah, and Arjhan, as you are like pushing this Aarakocra forward, they say, thank you. Thank you for, you didn't have to do this. Thank you.
Go now. This ship will not be afloat much longer.
But my sword. My sword. My sword is on this ship.
Where's your sword?
I don't know. They took my armor and my weapon from me.
What do they look like?
And he describes his armor as a very light metal that looks like it is almost woven in the style of like almost like wicker grass. That's a very nice red metal. And then his sword, he describes as very thin, slightly curved.
Get to shore. I'm about to get my friend to sink the ship. If I can find your sword, your armor and weapon in the wreckage, I will return it to you. But preserve your life.
And they nod and say, I'm Shao.
Arjhan.
And they ask, may I stay with your friends? Or should I return and try and go home as quick as possible? Without my armor and my weapon.
I will explain very, very quickly. Because like I feel like I'm like, yeah, it's that thing where like I'm raising up my phone to like try and make a call.
Yeah.
I'll like very quickly describe them, but then I'll also say don't go directly to shore just in case somebody is looking out. I don't want to blow their cover.
Shao nods. And then very quickly does the thing that you told them to do, which was get the hell out of here. Still with like the sanctuary bubble, you just watch them like they stretch their wings as they are walking forward, like getting ready to do a heckin' fly. And like you hear them scramble up the top, like to the top deck, and then once they are on, you hear as they alight.
I will tell Caelum in 1 minute to if Caelum can do it in 1 minute to go ahead and destroy the ship. There was only one prisoner and they've been freed, and Aarakocra, who may be inbound.
Caelum casts Fly on himself and begins to make his way forward.
Arjhan's going to go into the water.
Yep.
Still having water breathing. And cast Locate Object on the sword that Shao. That Shao described.
Correct.
Does Shao's sword ping?
Yes, it does.
Where is it?
It is inside of the ship. It's going to be towards the front.
Is it in a place that I would be able to recognize and get back to you within a minute?
Within a minute, probably. A minute would be cutting it close.
So you're saying there's a chance?
If you want to roll for it.
I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah. Caelum, you are flying out and you just see from the black sun just this birdman like hop up onto deck and then just and then up and out. Arjhan, make a investigation check with advantage because of the
okay.
locate.
19.
19. Okay, so yeah, Arjhan, while still on this boat, while still on like the underside, it's at the end of the way, directly where you are. It seems like that is where they have the equivalent of a treasure hold. And when you get there, you can see that there are chains that actually wrap around the door to keep it shut. However, blast, 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 acid, acid, acid. The chains don't seem like they are able to be held, withstanding the amount of damage that you are currently able to output, and you are able to get into the treasure hold. Inside of this treasure hold, you can see that there are two individuals, pale skin, gaunt features, that open their eyes when you emerge, and you can see twin pinpricks of just this red. And as you like quickly rush in, like pop open a chest, grab this sword, and you can see that it is next to set of armor, that they look at you and begin to hiss, and you can see that they both have sets of long, sharp-edged fangs.
Okay. Yep.
Howdy!
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, able to quickly, and like, you are...
Can Twig, like, flashbang them on the way out?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just for fun.
With that, or I've got a couple things. I could either a shuttle on stride out of there and just like Back to the Future flames, or I could summon a conference room right there.
You could?
I'm not going to. I'm just gonna run back out.
Okay. Yeah, and Arjhan...
I'll shuttle on stride out.
Okay. So yeah, the twin lines, Back to the Future style of you, and it also gives you extra movement. So like,
It does.
no harm in that one. So yeah, you are making your way out, and like you pass out of the doorway that then leads out onto the open deck. As you come out, fresh open air towards this like early evening sky, this late afternoon sky, and you see Xiao making its way over towards the cliffside where you would kind of like motioned like where it needed to get, where he needed to go. Then you come out as well. Caelum.
And just fly in the direction of the Av Castle and out that direction.
Okay.
If somebody comes out of the Av Castle, my intent is to have them get got.
Okay. Meanwhile, Caelum.
Hello.
So what are you doing, bud? You see this like this naked, worried-looking bird man. He's got no loincloth. It's covering the important bits. Is like flying in your general direction, and then like sees you and like sort of does like a little bit of like a swoop halt.
I imagine
then...
it's the Umbrella Academy, like 5 is driving with Victor in the car. Just like,
yeah, no, this definitely, and like you hear them say, "Friend of Arjhan,"
head nod,
and they nod, and then will fly like into the bushes at the shore, roughly near where Gwen, you, and Cori have sort of been like just hanging out, waiting for utter hell to rain from the sky. And Caelum, fly, step, 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 step.
I imagine he's not even flying. It's like he's perpendicular with the ground as like he just hovers outward into the sea.
Do you let your feet sort of like drag a little bit, or are they like flat? Like, because it would take a lot more effort to keep them flat.
No, they drag.
Okay. So yeah, there is your wizard companion just floating over the sea, flying.
And that was a third person I murdered. Oh. Is everything cool? Is that a bird person?
Like, third person like lands tumbling near you. And RJ?
Friend?
What does it look
Oh?
like?
I imagine they can see this from paradise, but Caelum raises a hand, a finger pointed to the sky, draws a circle, and there is a spell circle that encompasses 2 miles of the island and ocean. He's going to use some meta magics to distance the spell, so he doesn't have to get too close. But then he reaches into the spell circle, and as he yanks down, there are 4 red threads that come along with it. And from the big spell circle in the sky, it just opens up into an abyss, and 4 large meteorites just start falling into the ship.
Holy
When we get Angel starts playing.
I've been listening to the Black Mages version this entire time.
Incredible. All right, so how much damage do each of these meteors do? Like, what is the rough output per meteor?
So it's the same entity can't take damage from the same meteor, which is kind of lame.
Okay, but a ship is
Creature?
different.
Oh yeah, creature. True.
Yeah, that would be
Let's
like,
see.
oh, my meteor hit the Earth. Nah, my other meteors don't count. No, like you can pepper the ship.
Let's see.
I like this. This
blazing of fire.
pleases me.
Each creature. Wait, how many do I get? Creature. Wait, how many do I get? At 4 different points. Okay, so first roll 78. Second roll 73. Third roll 78 plus 73 plus.
And is that a mixture of fire and bludgeoning?
I think it's just straight fire.
No, it's fire and bludgeoning.
Oh, is it fire and bludgeoning?
Okay, can you separate those for me?
Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. So the ship takes 292 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Now I have to roll again for the bludgeoning. 67 plus. It's a good thing D&D. I would not want to roll 20d fucking 6s.
But how fun would that be? Just like for the cacophony of it?
In a singular dice tower.
I mean, the rolling would be fun. The counting, not so much.
The math would be too much.
The math is too much for my addled gay brain. And I think I just crashed my D&D Beyond. 302 points of bludgeoning damage.
Gee buzz, what was the highest like singular set? Because each meteor deals 20.
Yeah.
What was the highest of the singular sets of 20?
For the bludgeoning 84, for the fire 78.
Okay. Okay, so Arjhan, as you were flying away, like 2-mile wide spell circle.
That was 160 dice, wasn't it?
Yep.
Erupts
I got an
into the
overcharge
sky.
in the back, baby. Go ahead, sorry.
Boom. You see just like careen into the front of the ship, and the ship just bows at the weight of it. Another meteor, because like I'm guessing Caelum is just like, all right, segment into 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So it like hits the front, pops up, hits the second one, like snaps in half. As it's still like snapping in process, tilting up, third meteor just strikes through it. The sound of there are some shrill shrieks that are coming from inside of the ship that Arjhan, you are hoping and guessing are coming from what you assumed were like vampire spawn that were inside of that ship that were vampire spawn. You watch this ship, 1 meteor per mast, just get destroyed. In roughly 6 seconds, there was a ship, and now there is wreckage. And from this wreckage, shooting up out of the water, you see what looks like a giant bat that then heads towards the mainland.
I cast Earthbind.
Okay. Bat then goes into the water.
It needs to make a strength save.
Okay.
Gwen's just at the edge, like, come on.
Okay, let me see.
Why are they called stormcrows when they're all bats?
While Gwen
That is the
is
storm crow.
while Gwen is bouncing, Cori's just going to gently reach down, pick her up, and then put her on Ampleforth.
She becomes immediately awkward, like, I don't know where to put my hands. Hold me.
We take to
What's
the
the spell
skies.
save?
What's the spell save for patience?
Spell save for patience was 16.
Then 16.
Okay, and you said it was a strength save?
Yep.
They got a
he rolls a
10.
4.
Okay, he gets a 4. Bat then goes into the water.
Mother trucker. Can I just get one on this trip?
I'll
Oh my gosh.
Hey, we got raided.
Hello.
Perfectly Techno, thank you so much for the raid.
Bow, 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 bow.
Okay.
So,
There's a vampire bat being earthbound to the water in sunlight
yes.
that I really need to know and get information from. Shit.
Well, thankfully, to a degree, thankfully, on the shore, you can see what looks like a ruined building. And there are, at this point, let me check my notes here. There are 3 individuals that, like, come from that, like, ruined sanctum and are just like, what the fuck? Like, they just have looks of just sheer, like, that was our boat. Was our boat. And, like, again, like, giant bat into water.
Seeing that, Arjhan will just like growl out into the distance. I need that bat.
Gwen pulls out her axe. Alive?
It's dead, but yes.
Okay, question.
Hell yeah.
Caelum, how far away did you say that you were setting up?
He's able to shoot that off at 2 miles.
Okay, so you guys were 2 miles away from all where this was occurring?
He was 2 miles away from the boat. So he's like somewhere out in the middle of the water.
So Arjhan, you were yelling over a 2-mile distance?
He's.
You also have your
yeah.
little pingy.
I've used
you
it.
used it today.
So yeah.
Okay.
So 10 seconds later, they might hear it.
So, okay, so Caelum is 2 miles out into the water.
I'm sorry, 5 seconds later.
The boat was 2 miles out from where you all were perched.
So we were all So
Were
we're
you all
together,
or was Caelum 2 miles away? Let's establish some distance from the start of this. Something we probably should have done before, but we're playing it fast and loose.
If the boat was 2 miles away, then Caelum is floating on the shore.
Okay.
So then how close did the bat hit the water?
The bat from where the boat was, which was only about like 100 feet away from the shoreline, what got like 20 feet out, and then an earthbind was cast on it, sending it into the water.
So Arjhan is the closest person to the bat.
That is correct.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Arjhan is the one who also earthbound the bat.
There are also 3 mofuckers down the beach.
Yes. That you see coming from, like, again, like Arjhan, you would see them coming from like a ruined sanctum. The rest of you just see people emerging from like their spot on the beach, some distance off.
If that being the case, Cori has picked up Gwen, put her on Ambleforth, mounted up. She's gonna look over at the Aarakocra and say, "Stay here, please." Take off and head over towards those guys.
Yeah, the Aarakocra watching you summon giant space rocks and destroy a ship in 6 seconds. Aarakocra's good. They're chilling.
Caelum lands next to Aarakocra. Hi, I'm Caelum.
And the Aarakocra nods, and with a deep bow, says, "You may call me Shao." And
X-I-A-O? X-I-A-O. Sorry for my own.
Yes. Shao. Okay, so meanwhile, Cori, you and Gwen are on a wonderful steed making your way towards the group of people and the bat.
As she approaches,
On the
Cori
beach.
points with her sword down at the three people and says, "Surrender now, or else I unleash the halfling."
Gwen stands up on the horse and rages.
And as you do, you see one of these individuals who is wearing this like heavy set of black metal armor that the insignia looks like what would be a sun, but there is just this thick black circle that rests in front of it. And Cori, you actually recognize this symbol. You read a book of their holy text at one point. This is a follower of the Night Singer. And you see them like snap their fingers, and in their hand emerges what looks like a sickly ball of greenish flame, and they hurl it towards you.
Cool.
So let's everybody roll initiative.
Hey!
It's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Caelum got an 18.
27.
I got a 3.
I was on the bench.
Kind of wrong.
Okay.
I like when Caelum and Gwen are like, "We got high number."
I was over on the ship.
I don't know what they were doing on the beach, but I was on the ship.
I was over by the ship.
Okay.
No, I didn't help against the vampires there. I was over by the ship.
Okay, so let's see here. Ba-ba. What's better than starting off an intense round of combat towards the end of a session, post break? I'm sure it's fine. Then, haha.
I mean, they can always surrender.
They could.
That's a Pirates of the Caribbean line. So like, so what's it to be, Jack? We're going to be trapped in combat until Judgment Day when trumpets sound. Or you could surrender.
Okay, ba-ba. All right, so for those that are on the flying Ambleforth, I need some dexterity saving throws.
Okay, is this
That's
something
good.
I can see?
Oh, yeah. This dude just, like, snapped a fireball into his hand and then just flung it in your direction.
You're also getting a +5 from me, dog.
24.
Okay.
I got a 16.
All right.
Hold on. I need to do one for Ambleforth as well. Dexterity save. Listen. Fucking Ambleforth got a natural 20 for a 28.
Hell yeah. Okay. Baha.
Does Find Greater Steed have evasion?
All right,
That's a good
so
question, my dude.
this man wearing the heavy armor flings this burning ball towards the two of you on Ambleforth. Cori, you said you got a 16, so you will be taking the full amount of this. Gwen,
Hold the phone. Is this a spell?
this is not.
God damn it.
So, on a failure, you take 37 points of fire damage and 21 points of necrotic damage, half as much on a success.
Did
One
I
more time.
Who succeeded?
Gwen and Ambleforth succeeded.
Okay. 37 points of
damage?
fire damage.
And 21 points of necrotic.
Okay, I'm taking half of that because of my armor.
Same. If we're close enough, Gwen is going to, as she dodges out of the way of this, rolls off the horse to land in front of them.
Okay. So you are making your way down towards them. Said surrender or die. So you falling, you will have to land and then like rush up to them, or you can like jump off of Ampleforth and then get close. So you'll at least be close to them. You'll still have to move on your turn in order to get directly to them, but that's fine. At the top of the initiative order, Arjhan.
I just want to get in view of this giant bat. And yeah, I heard a certain good doctor was looking for someone like me. If you have any will to survive this, you will transform back and inform, and I will cast command.
Okay, so let me see.
That's going to be I believe, a wisdom save, DC 17.
DC 17 off a wisdom. They got an 18.
I hope that I was intimidating.
Okay. Sounds good. So next up is
I will use my bonus action to turn invisible.
Okay. Sounds good.
With Nature's Veil.
Nature's Veil. So this giant bat, which hit the surface of the water, this was actually a point of contention with my roommate and I over the week. Because Earthbind is specifically to the ground,
they fall gently to the ground so they don't break the surface.
Okay.
I assume they're not going to break the surface tension.
Got you. Okay. So
this was a thing on on the D&D subreddit for a while.
Got you.
Rule it however you please.
Okay. I'll say that it falls to the surface. That's fine. You see this bat sort of like turns itself and then continues flying towards shore. As it arrives towards the shore, let me see. Yeah, once they are on the shore, and Gwen, you have made yourself very close to their party. You watch as this bat seems to unfurl itself, as you see a light-skinned individual, irises of gold. As they open their mouth, you can see that they have fangs, standing in the sun, but they do not burn. They do not even seem like they are in any way off-put by the daylight. And they are wearing fine clothes, this kind of like black half coat, that very similar to like Oliviette's style of coat. It is a captain's coat after all. And they look towards you and you look towards them and you just see them motion with their hand. And they say, "You will make a powerful ally. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please."
Hell yeah. Against a spell?
Yes, this is a spell.
Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Is this within 5 feet of me?
This is not.
Okay, so it's a wisdom save?
Yes.
Is this just for Gwen?
This is just for Gwen. Gwen also hopped off Ampleforth and then got as far forward as she could so she would be outside of your aura.
Understood.
Rolled a 10.
Okay.
I'm just checking to see if I have anything. Because I haven't had to make a wisdom save in a while, and I feel like there was something. But I think that is just the against things that are.
Does
it's
Cori have
being
an aura?
frightened.
Outside my order.
Yeah. That's a 10.
A 10? Gwen, you have been dominated.
Sorry.
And Gwen, as this individual says, you will be a powerful ally, you look in their face, you look to their eyes, and in a way there is a kindness there. There is a way that these words leave his tongue that seem to seep into your mind that you are his ally. Yeah. These individuals that stand before you, these are your allies. And very almost nonchalantly, they point towards Cori and they say, kill.
Sweet.
And that is what the captain is going to do. Next up, Gwen.
I'm going to kill Cori. Cori's still up in the air, right?
Yes, she is on Ambleforth.
Okay, Gwen is going to summon Salamarn as part of my... is she within 30 feet of me?
Cori is not, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were just outside of the barrier when you had leapt down and got all close.
Okay. Well, good news for Cori. I don't have the Sun Forger with me because I left it on the boat. So I cannot throw it and explode it on you. God, what would Gwen do? What would Gwen do?
Uppies.
Uppies! No, I can't be.
And then throat slit.
Well, I guess she is my enemy. I don't regard her as a friend. I'm going to summon. Yeah, I'm going to summon Salamarn, and I'm going to manifest an echo. I can't really do anything while she's in the sky. Except, do I have my do I have my Echo Shard gauntlets attached? I do. Okay, I'm going to, that's still 30 feet, isn't it?
The gauntlets?
Yeah, I can, Thunderstep, sorry. That is range 90 feet. Okay, so is she within 90 feet of me?
Yes, she is.
Probably.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna use my action to Thunderstep, so the ground beneath me shatters. If there is anybody that is within 10 feet of me, they're gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw. If not, I'm going to go up on the back of Amblethorpe.
Okay. Pop, pop.
Pop. I'm going to Action Surge and make 2 attacks recklessly against Coriander. Not sorry.
Recklessly. I touched an Ambleforth that didn't belong to me.
Okay. That is does a 33 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to, on the first hit, second hit is, okay, that's only 23.
To hit?
Yeah.
It's enough.
Okay. So I do,
tell me your damage separately. It matters.
Okay. So that is, 38 slashing. Yep, and then 11 fire.
That
is my turn.
Wait,
Okay.
that was from 2 separate attacks?
Yes.
Okay, so next up is...
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It's 2d6 fire damage now. So 11 and 10. So 21 fire damage total, sorry.
I'm too gay to do math. That's fine. I am more than bloodied.
Okay. Next up is the individual that threw the fiery orb. And they sort of like look around real quick because there was a dragon man who just turned invisible. And then there is their new ally who seems to be doing a heckin' good job. And then there is you, Cori. And they look towards you. And they are... What would they do? They are going to cast a spell targeting Ampleforth. They're going to cast Compelled Duel. So I need Ampleforth to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's really interesting. Okay. 1 moment, please. That's not going to be in there. Trying to find Ampleforth's stat block. I don't think I had it correct earlier. Known spells. Greater Steed. Ampleforth is probably using a Pegasus stat block right now. Sorry for the delay. Remind me what save that was?
Wisdom. And Ampleforth will definitely have your aura bonus because you're right on top of him.
Is true. Okay, so should get +5 from myself, and then I have items for this stuff. It's a spell also, so it should be an advantage because he's within my aura, and I'm an Oath of Ancients paladin. Do I got literally anything else that can help with this? My Shield of the Eclipse just gives advantage to myself. All right, that's it. It's a 15.
A 15. You see Ampleforth's eyes glow over, and they start like snorting angrily while looking at this heavily armored individual that just with 2 fingers fight me. They have their hand on their longsword. Next up, Caelum, you are 2 miles away? You start seeing shit on the beach and your Aarakocra friends show, you're muted.
Yeah, he's 2 miles away from the ship, so he was like standing on the shore.
The ship wasn't like 2 miles out.
Oh.
No, it was like maybe 200 feet.
Oh.
Like it was enough not to get like caught on a sand dune, but it wasn't 2 miles out. They were 2 miles down the shoreline.
Okay, well, I was misinformed. So if they're 2 miles down the shoreline, Caelum sees shit popping off. He's gonna bonus action Blessing of the Raven Queen upward 30 feet, fly another 30 feet, and then another 30 with his normal fly speed.
And you're just going straight up?
He's going straight up, and then he looks down at the battlefield.
You see Gwen on the back of Ampleforth. Cori has a lot of very deep wounds. And there looks to be a heavily armored individual, a very nice-looking man who is currently soaked, and then another individual who seems to be wearing, like, medium armor. And then, actually, 2 of them are wearing medium armor. One of them is female presenting. The other is male presenting, but with, like, kind of, like, fiery red hair.
I can extrapolate that people are fighting, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you saw an explosion happen. And then you saw the fancier-looking man make a hand motion towards Gwen, and then you saw Gwen turn on Cori, bamf over, and then start doing some shit.
Man, I really wish people were here to see this. I I imagine there's still some parts of Caelum that are a bit funky. He clicks down on the sides of his mask, and the eyepieces fall down so he can get a better look. There is a purple aura that just gleams forward, reaches up into the sky once more. He's gonna overcast to cast another meteor swarm on them.
Cool. Okay.
On whomst?
Them.
Okay.
It's a good thing no one can take more than one instance of damage.
Yes.
So they need to make a dex save, Plox.
Okay.
20.
A dex save of 20.
Well, that's going on.
The captain is going to use a legendary resistance.
Cool. I'm going to start rolling out damages.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know.
Right.
The only ones that you need to separate are going to be... Yeah, I mean, just fire and bludgeoning.
Okay. Since no one can take more than one instance, I'm just going to roll 2 sets of 20d6s.
Okay.
So the first one, people in a 40-foot area... Yeah, 40-foot radius take 71 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And 64 bludgeoning.
Okay. Let me get everyone set up.
You said you were overcharging it, right?
Yeah.
What does that do?
I can just cast it at a 10th level, but it doesn't add anything else. Fun fact, Caelum is now 239 again. Woohoo!
Old man. Okay, so...
Next time we are just finding a wish. We've done it before,
We can do it again.
and it didn't cost the world last time.
The world to Arjhan.
It didn't cost God blood last time.
You're right, it didn't.
We just helped a very nice Ifriti.
They're just tired.
They probably weren't very nice, but it's fine.
They were nice to us, and that's what mattered.
Okay, ba-ba. So then... Oh, goodness. Thank God for equal sum.
It is excellent, isn't it?
You son of a bitch.
I think it's the sheets.
Yeah.
We can't do math. We can make fun of math.
That's very true.
Nerds doing math.
Math, not even once.
It's a picture of Albert Einstein with his hair splayed out.
Okay, so these 4 meteors. Boom, 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 boom. Like 4 large concussive blasts. They're going to use a legendary resistance to maintain concentration on the dominate person. You see this well-dressed individual. What was well-dressed? But they seem almost unscathed by the damage that has been done to them. And around their neck, on a gold necklace, you can see what looks like a Vanta black stone that seems to rest as their shirt is like torn open and you can see their dazzling chest all of that. He's very handsome. I cannot stress that enough. This is not a self-insert. I've been watching a lot of Our Flag Means Death. But the heavily armored individual you can see is like getting up from this crater, smoldering, and the other individuals as well, looking like they have taken a shit ton of damage, are also in the process of standing up, but none of them are dead.
That's fine. When I'm out of meteors, I'll just stick to fireballs.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Sounds good. Next up, let me see here. The captain, you can see, looks towards the forest, and he says something. Cori, what you hear, and Gwen, what you hear as well, is find the prince. And when he says find the prince, you see what looks like a wave of rats, their eyes all gleam red, rush off into the woods.
Little do they know.
That is their legendary action. It is man with the fiery red hair that as they stand up, you can see that they are standing in this crater and they have this heat shimmer around them. But it seems like it is emanating from them as you see them get more and more angered, but in a playful way. And as they do so, you see just raw heat emanating from their eyes, almost like lava spitting, as a set of fiery wings emerge from their back. Caelum.
Yeah.
This looks like an ASMR motherfucker.
It's a good thing I'm 90 feet up then.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 miles away.
But you see that they are going to... They fly in Cori's general direction. And Cori, they are going to try and make some strikes against you. Or actually, what they are going to do... That seems more fun. You see, like, this energy is pooling. They fly up into the air, and they just rear back. And in their hand, you see what looks like pure fire emerge into a javelin as they are going to throw a guiding bolt towards you.
Ooh, that's fun.
That's a natural one. They just got rocked by 4 meteors. You can see that, like, mop. Like they're like trying to
shoot straight into the air.
They're a little discombobulated at this point in time. But that is fine. Next up is the first mate. And the first mate looks towards their captain. The captain nods, and the first mate is actually going to run off into the woods. They are removing themselves from this situation. Next up, bottom of the round with Cori.
Ooh-wee. What a round it was.
Cori, Gwen attacked you. The sexy vampire man showed up.
Yeah.
He got blasted by more meteors.
Mm-hmm. I have a question.
Hopefully I have an answer. What's up?
It's going to decide what I do here. Cleansing Touch says you can use your action to end 1 spell on yourself or on 1 willing creature that you touch. Would Gwen count as a willing creature?
Not at this point in time.
I thought not. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Gwen can stay on Ampleforth. I, however, am going to do a quick change to summer form. Spending a hit die to do so. And I'm going to face step.
Not a spell.
Not a spell. This is just a Cori thing. I'm gonna face step down to the ground.
Okay.
I have not used an action yet. I'm going to use said action to pump myself with 90 hit points of lay on hands.
It's the whole shebang.
The whole shebang. And that is all I can do. I'm going to say I'm about probably 40 feet away from the dudes.
Okay.
Is that reasonable?
Yeah. And Gwen,
Aye.
you are still up on Ampleforth. And Ampleforth is no longer under the compelled duel. That dude fucking lost his spell save.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, maintaining that through a meteor, good luck.
I might have changed what I would have done.
Would you like to change what you would do?
Does this
There's
mean
no-
you have to click back all the lay on hands?
I haven't clicked them yet. I'm still gonna lay on hands. Oh Gwen, oh Gwen, oh Gwen, oh Gwen. How long does a dominate person last?
A while.
So dominate person lasts up to 1 minute.
Up to a minute?
Yep.
That's not too long.
That's 10 rounds.
It's not too
It's
long.
been one round.
It's gonna take Caelum at least 10 rounds to get there.
I only
Yeah.
attacked you once.
Gwen does not need 10 rounds to kill you.
I have friends.
Should
It's just not a lot of options for me. I'm going to instead of face stepping, I'm just gonna turn Ampleforth around and start moving back towards Caelum.
Okay, Gwen's still on your back.
Yeah,
Okie dokie.
I can tank her. It'll be fine.
Famous last words.
Is lay on hands a spell?
No.
This is fine. Ampleforth has a fly speed of 90.
Okay.
So if Ampleforth is double moving, the way that mounted combat works is Ampleforth technically like double moving here?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 180 feet per round.
Okay.
We're heading back towards Caelum.
Okay, so a mile is 5,280 feet, so you're making good progress, but it'll still take you quite a bit to actually get there. Top of the round, Arjhan. Arjhan, you have just watched more meteors strike this guy, and he seems kind of fine. His companion's not so much, but he seems living.
How far is he away from me?
He's probably close to... What's the range on Earthbind?
I doubt a lot, like 300.
Let me check.
Yeah, 300. So
we would say that you would probably
I would
be like-
cast that just like a little bit off the ship.
Yeah. Let's say that
So-
you are at most 120.
So the bat went from the
From the wreckage to the shore. So from where, like, the distance between where you were moving backwards and they ended up moving forwards. But did you move forward to then be closer to the top of them?
I would have.
Okay, so then
I
you
was
would
going after the
be
bat.
65 feet, we'll say.
Okay. So Simon,
Yes.
I have a fly speed of 30 feet.
Okay.
I have a swim and a walking speed of 45 feet. If I a Charlemagne stride, that would get me to 65 feet exactly.
Okay.
If I can do that with my swim speed and my walking speed.
Yeah. Drop your wings, pop into the water, and then shoot forward.
If I, number one, did Arjhan see the necklace?
His perception's fucking mahoosive. Yeah, you'd be able to see the necklace.
19, yeah. If I want to try and rip the necklace off, would that be an action?
Yes.
Okay. I will do that as described.
Okay.
I will a Charlemagne stride to get to him. Because I'm coming in within 5 feet of him, he is going to be taking 1d6 damage just from me showing up. Just as another meteor, just Star Scourge Radon, just swinging in.
For all you Elden Ring fans out there. Okay.
Hi, I'm Caelum. I like gravity magic.
And so this is fire damage, yes?
Yes.
The fire, like, it seems to, like, wreath up his leg, but he pays it no mind.
And I want to try and rip the necklace off.
Yeah. This would be...
I'd love it if it was a dex check.
This would be a sleight of hand or an unarmed strike.
I'll do an unarmed strike.
Okay. Then you have to meet or beat his AC with the unarmed strike.
23.
23. A 23 just beats it. So you grab hold of the chain and then pull it back. And then as you do, you can see that this individual is like deep varicose veins shoot up their neck as they look at you as their body begins to steam in the sunlight. But they have gained a new enemy this day.
Now, was that an action or was that an attack?
That would be... I would say that that would count as an attack. If you are looking to also do a little bit of yarfing.
So Arjhan just lands in a ball of fire, rips off the chain, and you might even hear a little bit of cracking and sizzling. Last chance to tell me what I need to know.
Okay.
Does he react?
His reaction, make an intimidation check. You have something of his.
I will use forceful presence.
Seems good.
$15.
A 15. They look at you. They look at Gwen, who's currently in the process of like raging out on Cori's back.
Did he save the concentration for the fire damage?
for the fire. For the
it was just 1d6.
He didn't take any.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he was. He seems to have a fire immunity.
Okay.
Yes. And they're going to look towards you, and with this deep-seated rage, they are going to look at you and say, "Give it here," and I need you to make a wisdom save.
Is this a spell?
It is a spell. How many of y'all motherfuckers have Mage Slayer?
I don't have Mage Slayer.
Okay.
I do not have Mage Slayer.
I don't.
Okay.
Also, I just want to be included.
Okay. Okay, 26.
26. Okay. You succeed on the wisdom save. And because they had to cast this dominate monster on you that ended up failing, Gwen, do you feel a relaxation? Like after you have like laid into Cori, like there's this like, wait a second, the fuck am I doing up here? And in an almost defeated manner, they look at you and say, "I'm listening." And as they say this, that is where we are going to call it for tonight's session. So thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by and join us for this wonderful session of Dungeons and or Dragons. There were dragons. There was a ship. Emphasis heavily on the was a ship, because goddamn is that just some wreckage out right now. But I had an absolute blast, about 8 meteors worth of a blast here at this show tonight. But I always have a blast whenever y'all are on the show. RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, my name is RJ, and you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream. Today, I streamed a little bit of Spiritfarer, and god damn did it break my heart. Other than that, you can catch me here on Mondays and Sundays. Mondays, of course, is Caelum the Shatterkai Wizard. Sundays as Vice the Tiefling Rogue for our Witchlight campaign. Thursdays over at GGK, where we're doing an elegant, it's called Elegant Creatures, where we do Good Society and Urban Shadow mashup. It's fun. I'm a ghost with the most. People want to destroy a farm for some reason. Saturdays for GGK again for our Pathfinder campaign, where I'm playing brother to another player, and it's going to be hilarious because we're a Wario and Waluigi clone.
Wow.
Rob's Waluigi.
Yes.
And finally, Sunday mornings over at the Hype Goblins channel, where we play a D&D 5e campaign where I play a Azamar Bard sorcerer who just wants to get the job done. DanaeKeener.com.
Hi, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. I was looking forward to killing Cori, but it's fine. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and the Twitches. I'll be live next tomorrow at 3 o'clock playing some Dead by Daylight. And I'll be back on Thursday on my channel because it's Lauren's birthday on Thursday. We're going to be playing some fun games. And hopefully your gifts will get there in time. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be super fun. But then we're going to be back on Friday playing Dead by Daylight, because we have a special guest, my dear friend who also has a birthday this week, Flapjack Jacob, is going to be joining me because I bullied them into playing Dead by Daylight with me. What can I say? And then we're back on my channel on Sunday night playing our Masks game. I'm wrapping it up because we got to get back to D&D soon because I'm super hype about that. I've been thinking about it recently. I'm really into it. DanaeKeener.com.
Hoi, I'm Cyber. You can find me at CyberWolf1201 on Twitch. I'm playing Control right now. I don't know what's going on. It's really hard. I have to fight a gauntlet of possessed coworkers to save my psychic friend. That's it. And by psychic friend, I mean person inside my head. Yep.
Isn't that just a Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. But it's not on Wednesdays, it's on Saturdays, because that's when I stream. I am also here on Mondays. Hey, you found us. I am on Capricorn Cross's Twitch on Saturdays, sometimes playing some 5e, and yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I do shit posts on Twitter sometimes. DanaeKeener.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, most related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me at Danae Keener on Twitter. I've got a pinned tweet there that says all of the streams and things that I'm in, so you can go and check that out. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, we are going to be heading off into our Patreon supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, the after show that we like to do after this show, where we answer all of the questions and comments and address some concerns that you may have presented throughout the course of this video, such as, is the good doctor the tiefling Discovery? What kind of vampire did you guys just get done fighting? Why does Cyberwolf have such a good John Mulaney impression? All of these questions and more in Nights in the Courtyard. The easiest way that you can join us for that is if you follow our Questions for the Courts chat in our Discord group, and then we will do our best to respond in kind. But we are going to be heading off, so before we go, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to these absolutely incredible players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week, and we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!